So there's one super interesting thing about Koh Samui, Thailand, specifically Koh Samui, Thailand. I've not been to anywhere else in Thailand. There's all those backpacking holes, those traveler girls. They come around, they go all the different islands backpacking, like, you know, house, like I said. But me, when I went to Thailand, I was there with my students. It would have been way too difficult to just plan a trip for us to go everywhere and do everything with, six of my students. So we just rented a massive villa, massive 7 bedroom villa at the top of Koh Samui, Thailand, and we just stayed there for 31 days. We just stayed there, one spot, 31 days. And one very interesting thing about Koh Samui, Thailand is it's full of 20-year-olds that are making money online. It's not that much of a touristy place. Like, it's mainly just Thai locals that live on the island. But obviously, when you're in the right circles, when you're in the right groups, and you go into the right places, I met up with so many young guys that are on their grind, so many young hustlers that are making money, and they even live there out there in Thailand. I mean, I've made two podcasts while I was over there. One with Sal Forex, one with Harbonator. I met some great guys. I made some amazing friends over there in Thailand. But there's one thing that I find really interesting is that the overwhelming majority of people that live there, like, the Westerners that live in Thailand, the overwhelming majority of these guys are not business owners. They work in high ticket sales. They're either closers or appointment setters. Found that super interesting. There's just a bunch of closers and appointment setters over there, which is just mad. Because compared to some of the other side hustles, closing and appointment setting are definitely not the biggest. They're definitely not spoke about the most. But 90% of the people living out there working high ticket sales. To me, that indicates that we've got something that works. We've found something. We found the market that actually works, rather than something like drop shipping where it works for some and doesn't work for others. But anyway, besides the point, I found it really interesting to speak to some of the people over there that told me, basically, like, their plan, because there were some people over there that weren't yet established in closing or appointment setting, but they basically took the risk, decided to book a one-way flight to Thailand with their savings, and basically just made a promise to themselves that, okay, I'm out here in a different country. This is a fresh start. I've got no distractions. I'm away from my family. I'm away from my friends. I'm not partying. I'm not doing any of these degenerate things. I've got a fresh start, and I'm going to find a way to make money online. And I fucking loved that. A lot of these guys moved to Thailand before they were even making money online. They just took all of the savings, bought a one-way flight, to the point where if they don't make money, then they're screwed. They've got no backup plan. They've got no savings to fall back on. They've got no income to fall back on. They have to find a way to make it work whilst they're there. It's literally sink or swim. And I love that. That is the savage mentality right there. Just take it off, complete bet on yourself, because so many people are afraid to take risk. But who else is afraid to take risk? The brokies are afraid to take risk. Your business professor at university, who never even started a business or never even had success in a business, that guy was afraid to take risk. And look at him now. He's got to teach a bunch of moody teenagers every day. Being afraid to take risk is only going to keep you poor, because one thing that we all share in common, all of the successful people in the world, we've always had to take a risk at least some point down the line. But usually it's a chain of risks. It's not just one risk. It's one risk stacked on top of another risk on top of another risk. And what these boys that I met in Thailand were doing is basically, they invested in their sales training, whether it's closing or appointment setting, and they literally just booked a one-way flight to Thailand and made a promise to themselves: I'm gonna find a way to make money in the next 3 weeks, otherwise I'm screwed. I love that, because imagine how hard you're gonna work if day and night. Imagine how hard you're gonna work if you know in 3 weeks, if you don't make money, then you're stranded in Thailand with no home, no food, and no flight home. Imagine how hard you're gonna work. Imagine, or let's say, like, okay, you're not gonna go that extreme and take the risk. Let's say that you had 3K in savings. 3K in savings that might last you 3 months. Let's say you've just lived 3 months now, living your dream life in Thailand, having a great time, but if you don't make money in that 3 months, then you've got to pack your bags and you've got to go home. And you've got to go back to your old life, and you've got to go get a job now and stuff like that. So that burn the boats mentality, where it's literally do or die, is something that I really, really wish that I got to experience before I built a successful business, and before I was even successful as an appointment setter. I wish I moved out of my hometown way sooner. I mean, even though I live in my hometown now, like, it's not the same. Now that I'm already making money, it's not the same. I wish I moved out of my hometown. I wish I moved country before I was making money. I wish I moved country and took that risk when I was broke. Because I feel like the character development there and just the story that you've got when you're telling your kids 20 years down the line that, kids, this is how I made it. This is how all of the nice things that we have, this nice house, this business that I've got, this is how I started that business. I flew to fucking Thailand for a month and I made it work. Like that's such a cool story. So that's something that I really wish that I did. And anyone watching this video where you're ambitious, you really want to build a better future for yourself rather than just working a 9 to 5, highly encourage you to take that risk and go to Thailand, boys. Doesn't even have to be Thailand. Go to anywhere. Come to Nottingham, bro, and we'll just grind together. You can just come gym with me every day, and we'll just figure it out together. Do what you gotta do, but boys, I highly recommend, if you're broke right now, get away from your current comfortable environment. Put yourself out of your comfort zone. You will sink or swim. If you're a savage, you will sink. If you're a princess, you'll drown. I mean, I got that the wrong way around, but you know what I'm saying. If you're a savage, you will float to the top. You will rise above the occasion. Something that I really wish I did, and it's something that I found really inspiring about meeting some of these boys out in Thailand, because so many of these guys have made it work. So many of these guys live their dream life now. They're making 5K, 10K a month out in Thailand, all because they took that risk. Don't be afraid of risk, boys. And yeah, come to Thailand. Hope this helped, boys. Subscribe for more content like this, and as always, keep grinding.